Hello everyone, and welcome to another Baxter Student Ambassador Program webinar. Presenting for us today is Stefani Walter, one of our finalists from Confederation College. Now, before we get started, I'd like to let all the attendees know that if you have any questions during this presentation, just type them into the Q&A box, which is found in your Zoom toolbar, and those questions will be answered after the presentation has finished. Hi Stefani, how are you today?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So Stefani, since you're already sharing your screen with us, you can start whenever you're ready.
All right, thank you. So hello everyone, thank you for having me. And so let's get right into it. So my topic is Elmhurst Resort. And Elmhurst Resort is located on Rice Lake in Keene, Ontario, which is approximately 1 hour and 40 minutes east of Toronto, Ontario, and approximately 2 hours west of Kingston, Ontario. The original owner, Philip James Elmhurst, acquired 1,000 acres of land on the edge of Rice Lake in 1818 from King George IV for his efforts in serving in the Royal Navy. Frank Elmhurst then acquired 340 acres of land in the same area in 1903 and built cabins on the property to rent out to fishermen. Frank passed on the land and cabins to his son Arthur Elmhurst after Arthur returned from World War II, and Arthur turned the cabins into cottages. Peter Elmhurst took over the cabins from his father Arthur, and then he passed the land on to his son Greg. And Greg is the current owner of Elmhurst Resort and is at the forefront of the business with his wife Martina and brother Steve. Currently, there are 3 generations of Elmhursts that live on site, and they're all active at the resort. Elmhurst Resort is open all year round with a spa, dining areas, and many activities for everyone to enjoy. They offer the best of the Kawarthas, and they are committed to focusing on sustainability. So we're first going to be looking at accommodations and accommodation packages. So the accommodations at Elmhurst range from 1-bedroom to 5-bedroom cottages, and all cottages come with a fully equipped kitchen, washroom, lakefront deck, barbecue, and private dock. So there's only one type of 1-bedroom cottage, and it is pet friendly. So for those who want to bring their 4-legged friends, it's a little bonus. For the 2-bedroom cottages, there is a deluxe style and a superior style. And the deluxe style is wheelchair accessible and pet friendly. There are 3 different styles of 3-bedroom cottages: the deluxe, superior, and free spirit. The deluxe is pet friendly and the free spirit is wheelchair accessible. So there is only one style for the 4-bedroom cottages, and they are labeled as deluxe, and they are pet friendly as well. And the 5-bedroom cottages only have the one style, deluxe as well. And the Elmhurst Resort does offer sleep packages. And these are packages that offer a discount or different perks when you book them. However, each package is only offered at certain times of the year, so you want to keep that in mind when booking for a client. There are 9 sleep packages in total, and a couple of the packages offered are the Couch Potato Package. That's offered from September to May, and it includes a 2-night stay, breakfast and dinner in the Wild Blue Yonder pub, service charges and housekeeping services, and access to all recreation facilities at the resort. And there is also the Celebrating 60 Plus package, and that's offered through October to May, and its discount is 20% off when you stay at the resort midweek. So there are 2 different packages, and the one has the discount, which is the 60 Plus, whereas the Couch Potato Package has more of perks. So now we're moving on to something a little more exciting, which is the activities that the resort offers. So they have lots of activities, and there's something for everyone to enjoy. So I'm going to briefly go over all of the activities that they have because there are just so many. I won't be able to talk about all of them if I go into depth. Right. So to start, they have flying adventures, which includes sightseeing flights, air charters, Copeway Wilderness Camp, seaplane endorsements, and the Canadian Signature Experience, which is only offered from May to October. For horseback riding, they offer guided trail rides. In the fishing section, they have the Rice Lake Fishing Getaway that's offered from May to June, and the carp fishing experience, which is also offered from May to June. They also have a Rice Lake fishing getaway that is offered in the winter, so for those that like to ice fish. Elmhurst Resort offers boat rentals from June to September if the guests want to go out on their own. There's also a golf course beside Elmhurst Resort called Belmare Winds Golf Course, and guests are welcome to book tea times there. And Elmhurst also has 2 galleries that guests can view, and there's live music on the boardwalk. And Elmhurst Resort offers many free activities for the guests. Those include the nature trails that the resort has where you can walk, run, and cycle along, and even toboggan along during the winter. They have an indoor swimming pool and whirlpool that is open year-round, and an outdoor swimming pool that is open from late May to October. There is a gym on site with free weights and treadmills for guest use. Something to note is that the locals can purchase a health club membership that gives them access to pool areas and the fitness areas, or just a pool membership for access to just the pools. So it might not just be guests of the resort using the facilities, there could be locals as well. There are horse-drawn wagon rides and sleigh rides that are offered year-round by Albert and his Clydesdales. There are also a variety of sports offered at Elmhurst and are completely free. So you can kayak, canoe, go tubing, there's stand-up paddle boarding, kiteboarding, and there's even an inflatable floating playground that you can play on as well, which sounds really cool. Lastly, there are activities and work on the farm that needs to be done, and guests are more than welcome to help out. Some of those activities include meeting animals, feeding chickens, and collecting eggs. And so just like accommodations, they offer packages for activities as well. And there's a total of 12 play packages. The packages will include everything you need for the activity booked, and it can include the food as well. And to give you an idea of what's included, I'll quickly talk about the Canadian Signature experience that I mentioned before. So that one runs from May to October, and it includes a 15-minute float plane ride and dinner overlooking Rice Lake. All right, so the spa at Elmhurst Resort is run by Martina, and it overlooks the resort's pool and garden area. The spa is for use by both women and men, as everybody gets stressed, so everybody needs time to relax. The spa services include body therapies, so a variety of massages, acupuncture, body wraps, and Reiki. There are hand and foot treatments, so pedicures, manicures, and mani-pedi combos. There are facial and cosmetic services, so that's a variety of facial treatments. You can get eyelash extensions, makeup, and lip treatments as well. And they also offer waxing services, which covers everything from your eyebrows to your ankles and everything in between. And they offer body cleansing services too. So that includes ion body cleansing and ITOVI scan and counseling. And lastly, the spa offers group spa services. And just like accommodations and activities, the spa offers packages. So there are 11 packages that are offered, but I'm gonna quickly talk about the Fire and Ice Spa Getaway. And the reason why I picked this is because the package deal is actually going on right now. So it started December 1st, 2019, and it's going until March 30th of this year. So once March 30th hits, the package is done until December again. So the Fire and Ice Spa Getaway includes 2 nights accommodation, a 1-hour fire and ice massage, which is a hot stone massage with cooling peppermint, and the guest's choice of fire and ice facial, I Feel the Earth Move pedicure, or Mani of My Dreams manicure. It also includes breakfast and dinner daily, service charge and housekeeping services, and access to all of their recreation facilities. Okay, so now I'm going to first focus on the weddings, then move on to the events. So there are so many reasons why Elmhurst Resort is perfect for hosting weddings. And the main reason for that is it's an all-season waterfront setting. So you have a client that wants to get married in the middle of winter with a beautiful frozen lake in the background. Elmhurst Resort is perfect. So not only is it an all-season waterfront setting, but it also has multiple indoor and outdoor ceremony locations. They have private reception rooms, and of course, the on-site spa that we just talked about for all the pre-wedding stress, for the makeup, and all that good stuff. There is an on-site dining room and catering, and it's in a convenient location, which is very close to Toronto. So for guests flying in, they can come to Toronto, and then it's only an hour and 40-minute drive to the resort. Other wedding enhancements that are offered are an in-house wedding coordinator. There's float planes for a grand arrival and departure, horse-drawn carriage or sleigh rides, a wine cellar tastings, and there's a variety of activities, again, that I had mentioned earlier. Now, this section does have packages as well, and there are 6 of those in total. One package is a book a tour package where you receive a personalized tour of Elmhurst Resort, and you receive a complimentary gift afterwards. So if you have a client looking for a place to have their wedding, but they aren't 100% sure on where to have it, this is a good way for them to see the resort and figure out if it's a good fit for their wedding, because there's no commitment. So they don't have to book anything if they don't like it, but they're able to go check it out and see if it's for them. Elmhurst Resort has room to host other events as well, not just weddings. So they have conference rooms, dining rooms, and a beautiful waterfront setting. And so some of these events can include meetings, sports teams, and reunions. And there are 3 corporate packages in total that are offered. Those include the holiday group package, the mix pleasure with your business package, and the pick your perk package. However, the pick your perk package is only available until April 30th of this year. Just a little heads up. Right. So moving on to dining, Elmhurst has 2 restaurants and a wine cellar on site. The restaurants are the Hearthside Dining Room, which is the photo on the right, and the Wild Blue Yonder Pub and Patio, which is seen on the left. So each one offers their own menu as well as seasonal specials. The Angus beef, turkeys, and Pekin ducks on the menu come straight from the Elmhurst farm that is located at the resort. And they also take advantage of their greenhouse to provide herbs year-round, and they also offer harvested vegetables from their gardens seasonally. And their wine cellar houses a collection of Ontario and Canadian wines that are offered in both restaurants. And they also offer wine tastings in the wine cellar at $15 per person. And sustainability is huge for the Elmhurst Resort. The Elmhurst generations have implemented many sustainable practices throughout the resort to protect what has been passed down to them. If they don't protect what's there, the resort won't last. So their sustainability practices have been broken down into 4 sections: stewardship, energy, and community. So for stewardship, I'm just going to name a few, just because there are so many that they have. They have non-invasive dockage system to prevent damage to the natural lake bottom and fish spawning areas. Their lake weeds are used to fertilize their vegetable gardens. Over 1,000 trees have been planted to control erosion, provide shade, windbreaks, and create wildlife habitats. They have an on-site sawmill and woodworking shop where they produce building materials that can be used on the property, which I think is absolutely amazing. The spa uses only vegan products, and an emphasis is placed on environmentally friendly sports. So that would include stuff like kayaking, canoeing, hiking, cycling, those kind of things. And their energy sustainability practices include energy efficient lighting that's used in all public spaces, a photovoltaic solar panel system on the roof, and tracking systems at the farm produce energy for the grid, and water is heated in a more energy efficient tankless system. Practices for food sustainability include the Elmhurst branding for food that's produced on the property, beehives that produce antibiotic-free honey for the use in the kitchen and to sell in the gift shop. And I had mentioned before that Angus cattle, Pekin ducks, and turkeys are used in the restaurants, but they're also raised on the property for restaurant use, and they're raised without the use of hormones, which is a big thing. and gardens located at each cottage contain herbs for the guests' use, which I think is really cool. And lastly, their sustainability practices for the community are hiring locals first, sourcing all the food and other supplies from local producers, so anything they can't get from their own farm, they get locally. And they partner with community groups as well. So of course, these aren't all of the sustainability practices that Elmhurst Resort has to offer, as there are 34 initiatives in total. But I wanted to highlight a few from each of the 4 sections that went along with the areas I have discussed earlier. So just some things to remember to wrap up the Elmhurst Resort webinar. Elmhurst Resort is only about an hour and 40-minute drive from Toronto, so it's not far if clients want to check out the big city or if they fly into and out of Toronto, so it's an ideal location. The resort is a place for everyone, so for people wanting to relax and get away for a bit, for honeymooners, for people looking to enjoy nature, for people looking for a wedding venue, to host an event, families, everyone in between. There are a variety of accommodations to fit different sizes of parties, and they do offer wheelchair accessible cottages and pet-friendly cottages. There are a lot of activities for everyone and every age group to enjoy, and they offer an abundance of free activities for everyone. So if a guest is running a little low on cash, there's tons of free things for them to do. There is an on-site spa with many services to offer for pampering guests. There are 2 restaurants on site for guests to choose from with fresh ingredients from their own farm and locally sourced. And lastly, Elmhurst Resort focuses on sustainability in everything that they do on the resort, from using energy efficient lighting in public areas, down to utilizing the weeds in Rice Lake to fertilize their gardens. All right, so this concludes my presentation, and I'd like to thank all of you for giving me the opportunity to tell you about Elmhurst Resort.
Thank you very much, Stephanie.
Thank you.
So we'll take a few minutes now to answer any questions that our guests might have. And once again, you guys can submit those to either the chat box or the Q&A box. Well, hello, Greg. Greg asks, who do you think the most ideal clients for Elmhurst would be?
I'd definitely have to say those that are just looking for a wilderness retreat, because there's just so much outdoor stuff to do there. Definitely people who want to be outdoors in the wilderness, but still want to be able to relax as well.
Great, thank you. And Stephanie, does Elmhurst Resort offer commissions to travel agents?
I believe they do, but I'd have to double check and look into that.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Stephanie. My name is Ian Stalker. I work with Dan. Do you, is there any particular market segment that you think is particularly suited for Elmhurst? I'm thinking maybe perhaps families, or do you think it's better suited for couples? Or perhaps you think it's equally suited for all?
I believe it would definitely be suited for all, because there are so many activities for children to do, but there's also a lot for couples to do, and it is a really cozy, romantic getaway, but it's also definitely a fun family place as well.
Great, thanks.
Thank you,
Stephanie. And Greg asks, do you think the cottage format would be difficult for some guests?
For those with wheelchair disabilities, I do believe there could be a few issues. However, a good chunk of their cottages are wheelchair accessible, so I trust that they would have made adjustments in those cottages for people like that.
Excellent. Okay, thank you. And Janina is asking, do you know where the majority of the guests come from?
I actually don't. That didn't come up in my research, unfortunately.
That's all right, thank you. And Greg asks, did your research make you want to go there?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, for sure. I was starting to look into it even a little more for myself while I was working on this presentation.
Great answer, thank you. And Janina says, great presentation, Stephanie. It makes me want to travel there in the summer.
Well, thank you. You should. It sounds amazing.
Agreed. So I do believe that's it for the questions today, but I would like to thank everyone that tuned into the webinar today. Thank you all for taking time out of your day. And Stephanie, thank you so much for presenting for us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you from all of us at Baxter Media for participating in the 2020 Baxter Student Ambassador Program. We'll be in touch.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.